Hey everybody, welcome back to Sunday night. This is Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. I'm Josh from JnJtabletop. It's good to see you again. Feels like it's been a while. Feels like well, I don't know. It's been 2 weeks since the last time. Did we really take a week off? Crazy. Before we get into things, let's just introduce everybody like we always do. I'm Josh. Right next to me, right? Is he here this time? Is it this? No, this side? Who's that? Who's this guy?
I don't know. What's up? My name is Evan, or Evbo. Itsevbo, as you can see directly below me, on Twitch and Twitter, pretty much everywhere. I'm up there as Itsevbo, so definitely drop me a follow if you don't mind. Just starting up what I got going on lately. I've been doing more music streams, which has been really good, and due to some requests, I've started my YouTube channel back up again to start uploading the music that I do during those streams. It's not YouTube/Itsevbo because you have to have a certain amount of viewers or subscribers or whatever on there to do it, and I don't have enough. So if you just search Itsevbo, you'll find it. It's not hard to find. But I would very much appreciate that. What you got going on lately, Mr. Jake? Is this right?
Yep, you got it. No, you had it. How's it going, everybody? Yes, I very, 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 very much missed playing with everybody.
What's up, everybody? It's Evbo.
I have... Was that me? Nope, I think that was Evan. Okay. I was like, wait a second. Yes, I missed this game so much. I can't wait to see what happens with this dinner party. And yeah, I think we've got enough people here, and whether you're watching this... If you're watching this live, definitely go to Evan's Twitter, like right now. There's got to be a link to the YouTube channel there, right?
Or
is Josh gonna tweet the thing?
Don't go anywhere at all. This is it right here, and that's why we
can make this happen. Yeah, we can totally make this happen like right now.
Yeah, guys, he's at like 75.
Yeah.
Just click on that link. Click subscribe.
Yeah. But as
you
far as
don't have
what
to watch the videos, just subscribe. Come on.
Yeah.
In fact, don't watch the videos because my new content is a lot better than my old content.
I don't know. That channel trailer of Who's Your Daddy was... I was a couple years old now, I think, but I was peeing my pants laughing. Not literally. Anyways.
That's an old person problem, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting older. Anyways, enough of that. I'm Jake from JNJtabletop. We have our own YouTube right here, Command JnJ. In chat, we'll do it. Otherwise, if you're listening on podcast, youtube.com/JnJtabletop. Go do the things. And yeah, other than starting up my first watch through of Schitt's Creek, not too much else has gone on. Although, actually, that's not true. One of the reasons, there was multiple, that I didn't have, that we didn't have our game was, it was actually my wedding anniversary, so. 7 years! 7 years, all right? We did it.
Congratulations.
We made it.
Mowage.
Mowage. Anyways.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So, Michael, we'll let Izzy sit in the anxiety for a little bit. Michael, what do you got going
on? I don't really have much going on. Just really missed the D&D last week, and I'm ready to go. I want to see what's going on with where we're going here, this dinner party, and what may happen. So that's it for me.
Easy.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything to say to go look at, except for everyone else's things because they're really cool. I am just so excited for D&D. Had a long night. Was up for a real long time. Got like 3 hours of sleep. So I'm ready and roaring to go.
Yeah, if you have not seen the absolute treasure that is an overtired Izzy,
we're in for a treat tonight.
I've mistaken her for being drunk many a time, so we'll see how this works out.
Well, hopefully she's got some tequila nearby too.
Oh no. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3, and that has been a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out yet, viewers, chat, definitely worth checking out. I mean, $60 is a lot for early access, but it's really good.
I have to say, I agree.
Jake kind of already did the thing as far as JnJtabletop, but JnJtabletop, give us a follow. We are JnJtabletop everywhere. YouTube.com/JnJtabletop, Twitch.tv/JnJtabletop, all the social networks, all that stuff. This week we put out a video actually about Wildemount, which is the campaign setting that we are playing in currently. So we kind of went through the book and gave like a little bit of a rundown of some of the stuff, and then also just our review of the book, I guess you could say. So if you want to see that, check out our YouTube, youtube.com/JnJtabletop. And this week we're going to do a lesson. So Jake, you want to tell us what we're going to talk about today?
I sure do. So last time, we talked a little bit about how to read a spell. Obviously, magic has a pretty big role here in Dungeons and Dragons, and we kind of went over the basics there. So this week I'm going to talk about something I think is really important, called concentration. So many spells, for example, one of the spells that Melly has, Bless, is a concentration spell. A concentration spell usually has an effect that lasts for a certain amount of time while you're maintaining concentration, and you're only allowed to concentrate on one spell at a time. So like if she was casting Bless and then later on took the spell Haste and decided she wanted to do that, she can't. She can only pick one or the other. So that's a fun decision point you get to have a little later on, Izzy. Anyways, but yeah, if you take damage while you are concentrating, you get to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you're able to maintain your focus during that time. And basically, all that is the DC is either 10 or half the damage taken, whichever number is greater. So you'd have to take more than 20 points of damage, or I think it's technically more than 21 points of damage, because you always round down, and in order for that to increase. And yeah, another tag that sometimes spells have is a ritual spell. And what that means, if you have the ritual casting feature in your class, the wizard has that, I know druids, clerics, I don't think sorcerers have it naturally, but anyways, there's also the ritual caster feat that you can take to give you that. What this does is if you want to add 10 minutes to the casting time, you can cast it basically for free without a spell slot. So this is a very, very nice thing to have. Some spells like Detect Magic, there's usually a ton of utility surrounding ritual spells. So yeah, I think I don't want to go too much more deep into this because there's a lot of, it can get pretty wordy, so maybe we'll do some other stuff, finishing touches next week on spells, and we'll do that. Do we have the very important letters? Yeah, actually, Nemesis, we did that last week, but we could do it again real quick. V, S, and M. V is verbal. You have to say something. There actually was a clip of me talking about somatic with gestures, and then yeah, that's like a somatic component, right? So I have a raven as a familiar. Maybe that was the gesture I made when Vale cast that find familiar spell. And then
Michael's
M,
got his spirit fingers.
yes, spirit fingers. And then M would be material. You have like a material component, like you need an Eye of Newt or like a copper wire or something like that that would be listed in the description. And as something I didn't mention last week, I don't think, is if you have a spellcasting focus, like a magic wand, a staff, I think Melly uses a crystal if I'm not mistaken, unless that there is a spell component that has a gold piece or monetary value next to it, you can ignore the material requirements of a spell. So yeah, if you are interested, Command Lesson in chat will bring up a link to a video that I talk about tips and tricks, 10 things that I usually think about when I'm choosing spells, which I think I'm rather proud of that one. So I think I would encourage you to look that one up. And I think at that point, maybe we'll hand it over to Josh. I think, cool. Unless everybody else has any other questions or comments on spells.
Anyone here have any questions or comments on? Yeah, what you got?
So can you use the meta magic with ritual casting?
That's a fantastic question. One I'll let our dungeon master answer.
Oh, there's no really. That's interesting.
So are you gonna like twin familiars? That would actually be pretty awesome.
I'd be inclined to say yes, unless there's a rule against it. Right now, I don't think there is.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. That's a very good question, Izzy. Pay no attention as we.
I would guess no.
I would guess rules as intended would say no, but rules as written, it might not even say anything about that. I don't know. I'm looking for.
Well, I know a lot of them have like specific things, right? So, like say, careful spell. When you cast a spell that forces other creatures to make a saving throw. Good luck finding a ritual spell that does that.
True.
Distance spell has a range of 5 feet or greater. You could, well, that would think you'd want to do that, but. Empowered spell is about damage. Extended spell would maybe the range of it, or the duration. Excuse me. Yeah, I can see that. Quickened. Can I do this ritual spell in 5 minutes instead? I'll speed read through it.
Yeah,
I think the each meta magic kind of the wording of it would probably say no to most of them, but
yeah, except for
Josh is usually pretty lenient, so I'd say go for it.
I am usually pretty lenient, but you'll just have to, if that ever comes up, then we'll talk about it then, because it depends on what you're trying to do. But yeah, like Jake said, it depends on what it is, and most of these are like in combat type things. Where's the creature made? It's the duration. Yeah, the duration might change. No, it's a good question. We will see.
It's the best part of Dungeons and Dragons, right? Because like the rules are there, but like whatever shenanigans the players are getting into, it's like, okay.
Yeah. You may try.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the last thing we'll just mention before we get started is freaking Rare Job stuff, right? So tomorrow night, Star Wars and Scotch, they're doing their thing. Tuesday, we have Rare Drop Roleplay again with Reckoning Hour. Wednesday is Bizarre Adventure. Thursday, I don't think they do it every week, but we have the Ask Bro Man podcast. Friday is just some anime hangs with Studio Blank. It's always a good time. Saturday is the Rare Drop Rewind, and Sunday brings us back to us, Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. And also, the Old Fashioned podcast just launched. So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you go on raredrop.co and check it out. It is Kevin, K-Magic 101, and Metric Methods, and they're just doing their thing. They're doing what they always do, and just talking about everything, talking about nothing, but whatever it is, it always ends up being interesting and a good time. So definitely check it out.
Absolutely.
So, where did we leave off? Not last week, but the week before. You had encountered some tabaxi fighting a group of goblins and hobgoblins and a big nasty fella as well. And kind of went in, saved the day. Maybe they felt like they didn't need to be saved. But because of that, they felt like they owed you a debt, and they told you they were going to take care of you, brought you back to town. Town is really just a campsite. But when you got there, you got to meet the leader of the village, and they kind of make you feel like you're a burden, like you're unwanted there, but they told you they're still going to protect you. And they were about to bring you to dinner. And last week, we ended off with you guys about to leave the room, but I understand there were some more things that you wanted to do in that conversation before our tabaxi friend came in and summoned you. So we're going to start from before that happens. We're going to start from hanging out in the room. And my friends, you could take it from there. Just let me know what you want.
This is before Rain came in, you said?
This is before Rain came in.
Okay.
Reign of Katsamir.
Yep. Wonderful name, by the way.
Mac, I was wondering, do you happen to have a tool I might be able to borrow?
What kind of a tool are you looking for?
Something to for prying, I suppose. I'm not sure. Maybe either a crowbar or some sort of small prying tool. I suppose a dagger you don't need anymore, or something similar.
I pull out a crowbar, a dagger, and then just a couple like smaller prying instruments that could be used for opening different things. I'm not sure which one will work best, but here, you can use whatever you need.
Oh, thank you, friend. I'm sure you're not going to like this, but... Well... I don't think I'm a big fan of running people through the way I have been. And don't let this stop you from doing it, because you're quite good at it, but, I'm having a bit of a hard time with what we've had to do. And I think it may seem, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but I think I'm going to remove the blade from my spear. I have had to make a lot of choices lately, and I think that even if it's just for my own sanity, removing one of those choices is gonna keep me for a little bit longer. Does that make sense?
I understand that thought process. I mean, it may not be what I do, just would do for myself, but I mean, I like having versatility, so like that side of me goes, I think it would be better if you had it on, but at the same time, if it's something that bothers you or is giving you conflicted thoughts, I mean, some of the best fighters in the world use quarterstaffs, so that doesn't make it any less of a weapon in time of need just because it doesn't have a spear end on it. But if it helps you with yourself, then who am I to argue?
I appreciate that. As long as I'm able to still do what I can to protect the lot of you, then that's fine. And if it makes you feel any better, I'll hold on to the head, just in case anything ever changes.
I mean, I personally would suggest it just for your own sake, just in case. I know, I'm not young, and throughout my life I have changed, how I've been has changed as I've grown, and you may find you want that later on for various reasons.
Very well. Well, thank you for the tools, friend. I appreciate it.
No problem. If you need any help getting it off, let me know. I am pretty good with those tools.
And I just want to say, Mac really is old, so I can confirm that.
All right, Grandpa. You're twice as old as I am.
I know. But, Echo, in all seriousness, if you do feel a need to talk, I mean, I'm sure you're dealing with things in your own way, and I'm normally not one to just put my feelings out there. Just know that we're here for you.
Of course. I appreciate every one of you. You've been more helpful than you probably know. So, thank you all. And Echo will kind of retreat over to a corner and fiddle with it for a little bit till he gets it free.
Giggity. Okay, yeah, so it takes you a couple minutes, but you're able to kind of pop off this broadhead that you had and now you are left with quarterstaff. It's not the prettiest quarterstaff, but it'll get the job done for sure. And the spearhead, it's still in good enough condition that if you ever wanted to do anything else with it, it would be there for you. So,
Okay.
unless you just wanted to throw it out, which you could, if you want to pull a Luke in episode 8, just, that's fine. Just eat it.
No, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. I'll tuck it into my belt, almost like a utility, like a pocket knife, I guess, if I needed to, cut a rope or something like that. Just gonna tuck it away.
Sure.
Melly's gonna walk over to Echo when he's pretty much has it off, and Echo, I think your decision, I don't know, I admire it. I feel like some of the strongest warriors, they know when to hold back with certain things. It's not always the strongest to use the most violence to win. And I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate your transparency with how everything's been going and how you've been feeling, and I just want to repeat what Vale said, that if you ever want to talk, I'm also here for you.
Thank you, Melly. I appreciate that.
All right. Guess have anything else you want to go over before we fast forward? Okay, awesome. All right, so I don't think there's any reason for us to RP that a second time, but where we left off last week, door opens, Rain comes in, tells you that it's time for dinner, and you're welcome to come, but you need to leave your weapons.
Excuse me?
Yes,
Leave what?
it is our way. There's no weapons at the table. What we bring to the table is ourselves.
So is that everybody, or is that just your
This is
friendly guests?
This is everyone.
I don't part with my blade.
Well, if you wish to join us tonight, if you wish to eat, you will have to make that decision. You cannot bring it with you.
Well, then I'm gonna be going back to the room. I have my own food. I don't part with my weapons.
Would you be alright if I left my weapons with you, Mac?
Yes, I would be okay with that.
And he's just kind of takes his sword off, takes his bow, arrows, takes the daggers on each of his legs, hands them to you, and he just kind of, as he's got his back to Rain, he just looks you in the eye and just gives you a wink.
I take them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you guys want me to take the weapons back to the room with me, or if you want to leave your weapons with them, but it's up to you.
You're already in the room.
Oh, okay.
So she just walked in. So
Yeah, I'll
Right,
take
that
off
was
my
when-
pack and leave everything as well.
she had knocked on the door and Mac hid behind it last week. Okay, so before does Melly leave? What I mean, I don't even know if she has any. I think she does, but
She's got She's got a sickle. And yeah, she'll leave all of her stuff. She's not worried, but she'll give it to Mac. She won't leave it with the tabaxi.
And I kind of look over at Echo, and I'm like, I'm not sure if you might need your walking stick to make it there. I mean, there's no blade, so I don't see why there should be an issue with you having a walking stick.
Echo looks at you with, I think, more peace than you intended from, like, the conversation. Like, he understood what you were getting at, but he just kind of looks at you and says, "It's not far. It'll be fine." And then he just gives you a quick bow.
Rain's just gonna look back at Mac and say, "Are you sure you will not reconsider? We would like to have you. You are our guest. There is already a seat made for you."
I've been taken captive before without my weapons, and that's not happening again.
You are not captive here. You are free to leave whenever you like.
I'm good to stay here, but thank you.
She will lead you all out.
Vale is going to very naturally try to make sure he's the last person to leave the room. And it just says, I'll be there in just one moment, as they walk out the room. And I just kind of not close the door fully, but just like near shut. And I just go over to Mac real quick and I say, "Listen, I have Isla kind of just doing her eye in the sky thing. Do you want her here with you?"
Are you able to communicate with her over a distance?
About 100 feet or so.
I'm
We
not.
just understand
I
each
would.
other.
I would maybe make sure that she's within range of you, and then if anything happens, send her to me.
Okay, you got it. All right. And then he just kind of winks. He goes, I'm never really unarmed too, so don't worry about that. And he just opens the door.
Good.
All right. So once you kind of close that door, Rain actually hops back, kind of opens it just a tiny bit. It's just like, "Just so you know," I don't know why I went with your voice there. "Just so you know, I will have to lock this door for right now. With everyone being unarmed and you having all of the weapons here, cannot have that. I know you. I don't expect anything bad from it. But I must protect my people. I'm sure you understand. You have everything you need in here.
Okay.
And it will be unlocked as soon as the dinner is over."
Let me guess. There's gonna be a guard too.
Everyone will be at the dinner.
Does she seem like she is... I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't like when D&D players just go, "Insight check." Like, I usually like to ask a question, but I kind of want to get a read as to...
You could roll an insight check for this.
Yeah, I don't really know how else to do this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Nah, 7. Yeah.
You're not really positive.
Mm-hmm.
7. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
If anybody else wants to try anything, they're welcome to. Just let me know.
No.
So you're saying he can't? He's literally going to be locked in here?
This is his decision. I cannot have him wandering around while everyone is away without weapons.
Hmm.
I have seen him in combat. He is quite a fierce warrior. And my people are strong, but my people are unarmed. And I will not put them at risk of danger even if I do not expect it from you, even if I consider you an ally. If you do not trust me enough for you to be without your weapons when I am also without my weapons, I cannot trust you to be with your weapons.
What you have to realize is, it's not that I don't trust you, it's that I don't trust the rest of the people here. You may not attack us, and you may have our safety in mind, and the leader may have it in mind also. But that doesn't mean that there might not be a dissenting person that knows that everyone else is going to be unarmed, including you, at this feast or dinner, that might take advantage of that.
My people respect our ways. They may not trust you, and they do not have to like this, but they will respect our ways, and they will respect our traditions.
Never met a people that don't have dissenters that do things that aren't supposed to happen. You're telling me you don't have a jail, that you don't have people that steal, rob, do anything that they're not supposed to?
We handle our problems.
Yeah.
But we do not have anyone who will
I mean,
disrespect this.
I respect that you think that, and I respectfully will stay here with my weapon.
And I respectfully will lock the door. I'm sorry if this offends you. And she closes the door and gives it a lock.
I think I mentioned it last time, but just to confirm, Vale does have his hood drawn over his head.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
She actually does notice that, and as you're walking, she'll just say, Vale, was it?
Yes.
There is no need for the hood this night. Wear it if you are comfortable with it, but there is no need for the hood this night.
So I take it you have told your people?
We are handling things. Yes.
All right. He unhoods himself and just looks at her as if to gesture, like, lead the way.
All right.
And as she leads the way, he kind of just looks at Echo with a quick, like, okay.
Alright, yeah, so she'll continue on out, lead you guys, and you'll actually walk out of the tent. And when you walk out, you see it's kind of, the sun has gone down. There's still some moonlight out tonight, and there's fires lit, and a very large table where the majority of this tribe is just already sitting down. When I say very large, like, this thing is huge. You probably have somewhere between like 75 and 100 people at this thing. There's a lot. So as you walk through, everyone there is just kind of, there's just like whispers, just, and they're kind of looking at the three of you and Rain, and you see that there are at the head of this table, Trail is sitting, and there are 5 seats empty. You all are led to those seats, sit down, and there's still 1 empty. And Trail will just kind of look at his daughter and be like, and she'll say, he's not coming. He's not hungry. He'll say, this is his decision. And they kind of just, you after you take your seats, you look, and there's actually a really nice spread there. It's probably better than what you might expect, just having looked at their camp from the outside, because they did have really didn't look like much. I mean, obviously you could tell it's a little more than what they let on after walking into that 3 to 4 person tent and seeing that it was like a mansion inside of it. One would probably expect them to eat inside of that, but this night they eat as a tribe. Pardon me 1 second.
Sure. I did have a quick question, if that helps.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Do we see Scratch on post anywhere? And if you were catching up from last week, he's the guy who was given some attitude to Vale. Didn't seem to take things too well. Yeah.
Scratch on post was one of the bigger, stronger guys in the group, the fight, and he is sitting there, and everyone at the table kind of looks like uneasy and like this is weird. He's just glaring, like he's not okay with this.
Is he only glaring at Vale?
He's glaring at Vale, and he's glaring at Trail as well. Those rhymes.
I don't know what this was, but I did it.
Vale did that?
No, Jake did.
Okay, all right.
Now, before the dinner continues, after I'm in the room and after I hear them like walk away and I don't hear any noise by my door, I would like to pick the lock of the door.
All right. You could roll a sleight of hand check. And roll with proficiency if you're proficient in lockpicking tools.
Well, he's rolling that. How long has it been since the fight in the forest with the ogre and the goblins?
Probably been like 3 to 4 hours, because it took you about an hour to travel back, and then it took you had your conversation, and you waited in the room for an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
That is nat 20, a 27.
Yeah. So this is like, did she lock the door? She said she was going to. Yeah. It opens right up, and you see just the same room that you had seen when you first walked in there, and it's just empty. There's no one walking around.
I do shut the door. I just unlock it, so just if I need to leave, I can.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere currently. But yeah, I wanted to make that known before. I don't know if anything's happening, but if it does, I didn't want to be like, oh yes, I did this previously, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's
anyway,
perfectly fine.
I will sit back down.
Whenever you decide that you want to do something, just let me know, and then when we find a moment from the other side, we'll flash back to you. That sound good?
Sounds good. I'll let you know. Thank you.
Cool. Split the party. So, you look out, and Melly, last week you mentioned something about the plum milk. I don't know if you brought that with you or if that was still a thing, but
Thanks for reminding me.
yeah.
Yep, that was something that I definitely wanted to bring with me and offer to Rain and Trail and the tribe.
Okay. Well,
Probably.
what did we say? You had like 4 bottles?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So, whenever you want to say something about that, go right ahead and do that. After you guys take a seat down, Trail is just gonna stand up and say, "It's nice to see all of you people, all of our tribe together. I wish it were under better circumstances. all of you have known Peak, my daughter, my youngest. She was slain in the forest by spiders. This is our way. We would eat tonight and honor her. And we will honor our guests who treated her with respect and came to aid my other daughter in the hunting party that we sent out. If it was not for them, we could be mourning many more today. I know many of you will be uncomfortable with the company we have tonight. But you must remember, these are our guests, and they are under my protection. And that is the end of it. Everyone kind of nods, and they all start to kind of go through food, passing food out, and you see that all the venison that you guys brought by, they had roasted this, and it's like it was a big deer, and you had used a good amount of it for the stew, but they found a way to really just spread it out and get a really nice, almost like a feast going on right now. There's enough for everyone. There is mashed potatoes. They have some fish, specifically fusaka fish, which is a seafood cutlet smothered in a Marquesian fusaka.
Oh, somebody clip that.
and then fried in oil. Amazing. And they will. They're serving a sort of. It's called what the heck is it called? It's a spittin, which is a drink made from honey and spices. And now that the weather's starting to get cold, this is really the time when people start drinking such things.
So after Trail says his little thing about us being their guests, Melly kind of just wants to look up and around and look at the facial expressions of everyone and see if there's anyone who looks other than the guy that's been very upset, Scratch on post. See if there's anyone else who clearly shares his feelings.
Why don't you make a perception check?
No, that's a 4.
It's a 4?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, it looked like everyone just kind of, even the ones that you saw before who looked uneasy, when he says that you're guests and you're under his protection, they nod in respect. Did you want to offer the thing? Or should we continue?
Is there gonna be a dessert time? Is it?
I don't know.
Oh no, I need to ask. All right, so now I'll lean over to Rain. Rain, do you take part in dessert? Confectionate sweets that are served after a meal?
Sometimes we do, when we have means to, but such luxuries are not usually something we can partake in. So,
Well, I just so happen to have a couple of bottles of plum milk on me. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it is delicious and sweet, and I would like to share it with everyone as a thank you for having us here.
I've never heard of such a thing. This is most kind of you. It is very much appreciated. Do you have it here?
Yes, it's with my things in the room, so I'll have to go get it, but I don't want to be rude. When would be a good time for me to go retrieve it?
Actually, let me just. We're gonna roll to see if anyone has heard of it. No, they've never heard of it. Whenever is a good time for you, you let me know, and I will walk back with you and get your things.
Okay. I guess maybe right before everyone is, completely done. I don't want to, make you have to get up, and if you're in the middle of eating. I can remember where the room was, although I guess he's locked in the room. You wouldn't feel comfortable giving me the key, would
I
you?
have the key. It is not a matter of comfort. It is responsibility. I trust very much so. But I cannot give you the key. I can go with you, but I cannot give it to you.
Okay. Just let me know when you've eaten your fill, and we'll go gather the bottles.
This is agreeable. Thank you. You're very kind. Okay, so
Vale is very interested in the spittin'.
okay, yeah. So it's kind of like it's all family style, you know what the Tabaxi say when you hear your family.
Oh man.
So it's just kind of being passed along. And,
is it hot?
It is warm. Yeah, it's not like steaming hot,
Sure. Yeah.
But it's good. Like it's the perfect temperature you would want it to be. Put it that way.
So when he tries it, it's like
it's nice.
It's good. Yeah.
It's like this,
Yeah. So he just like takes it, and it's almost as if like something just settles in him as he drinks it. Like he just exhales a little bit. I imagine it is a little cold, so you see the breath just come out of his mouth. And,
okay.
And he just looks at I just imagine there's like a random tabaxi he doesn't know that's sitting there. He's just like, it's good. He just kind of moves back to his seat.
Trail is just gonna look at you and say, "Are you a fan of Speedin?"
It is my favorite thing to drink on a nice cold day. I don't know, it's so soothing. I can't think of exactly what it is. Maybe my mother would make it for me whenever I'm home and growing up. So.
Perhaps there is more that we have in common, you and our people, than we let on. We drink this, too much of it, usually. From the first fall of the leaves until the first flowering of the flowers.
I'm sure we have a lot more in common than either of us would have thought, and I'm very happy to share a mug of spittin' with you if you would honor me with this.
I want to say this is the way, but
It's got Mandalorian on the brain.
this is okay.
He doesn't know their gestures or anything, so he just does that.
He'll kind of follow your lead and do that back to you. Everyone's just kind of chatting away. They're just small talk going on. People are enjoying this. You definitely get the feeling that they don't usually indulge this way. They might drink too much sometimes, like he said, but as far as like the food, they usually keep things to what is necessary. This is definitely a rare occurrence for them. Does anyone want to say anything or do anything before I continue?
I can't think of Vale would be looking for the spotlight on him at all, and probably mostly just sticks with Melly and Echo, usually. Although I think if, was it Chaser? Who's the guy that Melly healed? I think if Chaser was around, he might chat with him, but he also wouldn't go out of his way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well then.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
There's Rain, I know Mac wasn't feeling particularly hungry, and I know he has rations in the room, but would it be okay if I just made him a small plate? That way when I went to go get the plum milk, he could try some of the delicious food. It's very good, and I wouldn't want him to miss out on it.
She will kind of point you to the empty chair, an empty seat that was there for him, and you see that she had already actually put food on the plate, and she'll say to you, "We may seem harsh, but we have reasons for doing the things that we do, and customs all have a reason. Of course, we would offer food to him, whether he says he has what he needs or not. If he chooses not to eat it, that's up to him. This is kind of you to be thinking of him."
Well, he's done so much for me in such a short amount of time, and I just want to make sure that he's taken care of like we are. And I don't know, do you think now would be a good time for us to go gather the plum milk and bring him his plate?
I think now would be a perfect time. She'll stand up. So, we shall return momentarily. We are bringing a gift that our new friend Melly has brought for us. She'll grab the plate and start walking towards camp, the tent.
I will follow.
I don't know how you want to handle this, but I actually thought of a conversation something I would ask Trail.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, unless Izzy was about to say something to. No, all right,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Trail, if I may have a moment, you mentioned. Correct me if I'm wrong. You mentioned that goblin and spider activity has been increasing as of late.
Yes.
Do you have any other details about that? We plan to make our way to Melasmia, and is that where the activity is?
We have seen many problems of late. We've seen spiders more organized, more dangerous than normal. We've seen goblins with, well, their tactics and their timing is much better than how it would normally be, we'll say. Normally, they're no problem. Even frogs and rats and spiders have come by and been more aggressive than usual. Not that they pose a problem. This is all very curious.
Of course. Do you feel as if they're targeting you specifically or anything like that? Or perhaps they have some kind of a goal in mind that you've noticed?
If there is a goal, the only one I can think of that this could be is just to cause as much pain and chaos and ugliness as they could possibly create for us and for anyone else. We have scouts looking into these things. We're sending out a party tomorrow to check on things and see if they can gather information. But
Might I ask which direction they're headed?
They are headed. This is our business. It is.
Okay.
You do not need to worry about this.
Certainly don't mean to pry.
It is okay.
It's just the idea of goblins organizing, and especially having monsters like spiders. I mean, there was one that seemed to be able to disappear and reappear. It was like bluish, I think, and white. It was quite dangerous. It seems odd that now. I'm sorry. One thing about me is I can't seem to let a mystery go.
Yes, that is a common trait for your people, is it not? There's a little that felt a little cold and targeted.
I know it is for me. Just looks back at him.
This is definitely a problem. Something that we do not wish to. Well, if it continues, we will need to find somewhere else to stay. Which we move anyway, but this spot has been good to us.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Indeed.
You know,
And he'll just kind of look at us.
Yeah, we're good. Like,
He'll kind of look at his glass, like when you say that, and you guys both agreed on that, and like kind of like it. He doesn't really know what he's supposed to do, but he's like, and that'll bring us to
yeah, Vale will go
Melly.
and tell that to Echo.
That, and you guys are all sitting. You're at the head of the table, all of you. Sorry if I didn't explain that well enough beforehand. But you're all sitting right next to Trail and his family, or really just his daughter. But
Okay.
So that'll bring us back to Melly and Rain. Guess they're just walking back to the room. And why don't you roll me perception, Michael?
That is a 19.
Yeah, you hear two people walking back towards the room.
That I'm sitting back, and I pretty much have been with my feet up. I do have my rapier just kind of like across my lap, like not in a threatening position, but just out.
Mhm.
You know, but at the same time, it looks like I'm just kind of casually just relaxing, you know, and that's just how I am. Even though I hear them, and I kind of perk up just a little bit to like pay attention to. I mean, it sounds like it's walking towards it. It doesn't sound like it's rushing towards the door or anything like that, that I would pick up on, I'm assuming.
Okay. Yeah, so then you hear a key go into the keyhole on the door. She turns it, realizes that it's already unlocked, and her tail starts to, you know, like, wag a little bit, like
Also, Melly would have made small talk with her while they walked to the room.
what would Melly have said? Nah, you could just say you small talked if that's all you want.
No, well, like, I was like thinking, like, I like thought of what she would say, but like she's also like a little nervous because of all the tension. So like it's kind of like that like word vomit where you just can't stop saying things. So she'd be like, and I have, you know, 6 siblings, and my youngest sister, she just drives me insane. I do miss them a lot, though. I left my sister Sarah back in Shady Creek when we were working on selling the plum wine. And there have been so many different shops that have tried to, you know, work out deals with us. It's been really great. I would like to hear more about your sister if you... I know it might be too painful to talk about right now, but... my other sister, and I have a couple brothers, too, they're just a lot of fun. Very loud, though. And, you know, we have a farm. And that's where the plum milk comes from. We also sell plum wine. So whenever the point is that they get to the door, Melly's going to have that moment where it's like, why can't I stop talking?
Yeah, Rain also has that moment because, like, when you said that you'd like to hear more about her sister, she was like, and then you used to she kept talking, and she just kind of like, okay. Boy, Indy's trying to break in. So, yeah, she goes to open the door, sees that it's unlocked, is visibly stressed about it. She doesn't have any weapons on her, so she doesn't really go for any weapons, but you see her kind of like put her hand like in a motion, like she's ready to claw at someone if she needs to.
Would I have time before she opened the door to ask if she's okay?
Yeah, she's like, you could see she's getting ready to open the door if you want to ask her. That, yeah.
Rain, are you alright? What's wrong?
I remember locking this door when I left. I've been known to forget some things sometimes, but I do not think that is the case this time. Hopefully your friend is okay. I don't know why it would be unlocked, but be prepared for anything when I open this door.
Okay.
And she'll kind of open the door and kind of like pop in quick, and then she just sees Mac just with his feet up, rapier on his lap.
And I kind of just like, whenever you guys open the door, that's when I kind of like turn my head to the door to make it even seem like I didn't notice anything until they were coming in.
Mm-hmm. Hello? She kind of is looking around the room. Making herself comfortable?
Is everything all right? Did something happen?
Well, it seems this door was left unlocked.
Oh, I've been here the whole time.
Why don't you roll deception?
That
I
is
mean, that is true.
That is 17. I mean, other than unlocking the door, didn't do anything but a 17.
The 17?
It does make sense.
She rolled a 15. So she's like, Mac, I thought you were safe here. Someone appears to have opened this door. As far as I know, everyone who is a part of this tribe is at this table right now. I don't know how this could have happened, but you say you were here the whole time.
You're saying some. I haven't heard anything at the door since you guys left. I mean, it's been quiet around here. I mean, I don't know if somebody could do that quietly.
Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I did not lock the door, though. I don't know. Keep your eyes open, is all I am saying.
Always. Thank you for the heads up.
And we brought these for you. And she's gonna hand you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I am glad to have this food. And it truly is nothing against you. It's more of my own past and paranoia that leads me to this, and not you in general.
It is nothing against you. This is just our way.
I understand. And then I start eating the food.
Melly will poke her head into the room and be like, "Oh, okay. So everything is all right, Rain?"
Yes, as far as I can tell, everything is alright.
Okay.
Just a forgetful tabaxi.
So, Mac, I hope you like the food. Rain actually put together the plate. There was something that Vale seemed to really like.
It's really good. I mean,
It was the drink. I think it. What is it called, Rain?
Spitting.
It's called spitting.
Did you guys bring some drink also, or just like the plate of food?
Yeah, she brought a drink also.
Okay.
Spitten.
Spittin'.
Spitten. I don't know.
Sounds German to me.
I don't know how to read wild.
And I may be eating it just a little messily. Just kidding.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Very good. Thank you. I really do appreciate this.
We actually also came to grab the bottles of plum milk that I had. I was going to share some with the tribe as a token of our appreciation for sharing their wonderful food with us. I can leave some here for you too.
Oh, that would be fantastic. You guys are gonna love this. This is fantastic plum milk. The wine's better, but the milk is fantastic. I don't know if she has any plum wine left though.
DM, do I have any plum wine left?
I feel I texted you a while ago and we agreed on like an amount that you had, but I don't remember how much. I think we'll say that you have just enough plum wine left to, like, if you were to, there's probably a little bit left in Echo's bottle that's still in the room that maybe Mac could steal if he wanted to, but as far as like the bottles that you have left,
for clarity's sake, it was milk that I had, not wine.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably, we'll say you have like a bottle or two of the wine left, but the plum milk you have just enough to share with everyone at the table, if that was your intention.
Okay, so Mac, I think we'll keep one bottle of the plum wine for us, and Rain, this bottle is for you and your father in particular. It's the plum wine if you take part in alcoholic beverages. But let's take the plum milk to the table. I'm very excited. I really hope everyone likes it.
Thank you. This is very kind of you. And she'll kind of walk back. You know, she will lock the door when she walks out, and she will take the key out, put the key back in, lock it again just to make sure it's actually locked. She'll do a little like to make sure it's actually, you know, not opening. Then she'll give herself a nod, and with her yarn in hand, fidgeting, she walks back. As you get back to the table, she'll just kind of say, Melly has brought some plum
Milk. It is from my parents' farm on the Menagerie Coast. It is just delicious and sweet, and I do hope that all of you will enjoy some if you would like to partake.
Sure, yeah. Trail will say, I've never heard of such thing, but I would like to try it. So yeah, go around.
Melly will disseminate the plum milk so that way everyone gets a fair portion.
Sure. Yeah. Well, everybody has some. Trail will kind of look at it, swirl it around, stick his tongue in there too, just to like kind of get a little tiny taste. And when he tastes it, he's gonna. This is delicious. This is one of the best drinks I've ever had. You said you make this.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. My family makes it on our farm. We have the most wonderful cows, and we grow our own plums, and we just thought, why not bring the two together?
Thank you very much for sharing this with us. We really appreciate this. You've already done some good for us, so this is very, very nice. We appreciate this gesture. And as he's kind of enjoying that and like having this moment with you, Scratch is just gonna smack the table, and some stuff's gonna fall over while he does it. And he's gonna get up and say, "Am I the only one who does not have who has a problem with what is happening right now? We will share a table with people like this, with people like him. You know what they've done to us. It is because of them that we live this way." People kind of look uneasy. They're all like, some of them look like, yeah, I kind of agree with that, but all of, even the ones that look like they're in agreement, they still have like a, is he doing this kind of look on their face.
Is he standing now?
He is standing.
Vale will
Trey.
stand up.
Melly will have taken a step, like, in Vale's direction, because she was standing to serve everyone.
Okay.
Vale just cocks his head slightly. Am I to treat you as if you represent all of your people?
As you try to begin speaking to him,
Okay.
Trail, it just, his, you see his tail like rise up like over his shoulder, and it's just like,
Yeah, I don't think I would have talked if I saw Trail respond.
okay, all right, well, that's,
But you do you. If you want to roll with that, that's fine with me.
I mean, you definitely spoke before he did,
Okay.
but before Scratch has a chance to respond to anything you say, Trail gives him this look of like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, just like this, like there's just a fire in his eyes that you've only seen before since Rain, when she was on the hunt and when she was in battle. And Trail is just going to say to Vale, actually, you do not need to defend yourself when I am here and you are my guest. Scratch,
I'll just nod.
this is your opportunity to sit back down and eat. You will not disrespect me like this. Scratch is just gonna say, I cannot sit by and watch this. I cannot sit and sit at the table with this man. If this is the sort of leadership that we have under you, I will not stand for this. I challenge you. And everybody is like at the table, and there's like, now there's commotion. All sorts of chaos going on, and Trail's just gonna stand up and say, so be it. And we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay then. Dang. Kind of regretting saying anything, but
Everybody ready to get back into this? See what happens?
yes, sir.
I don't know if I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. So, where we left off a couple minutes ago, there's been a challenge issued at dinner. Trail has stood up. He says, so be it. Rain is just gonna say, we cannot be doing this right now. There's no time for this right now. We cannot have infighting when there are goblins and monsters and even the trees themselves attacking. We cannot do this right now. I will not have this. And Melly, the plum milk is delicious, thank you. And they all kind of, everyone is still just kind of, there's noise. You could really feel the tension in this room, and it's just not feeling good right now. Scratch is just gonna say, I know what I must do. I have no ill will towards you, towards your family. But this tribe, we must do what's best for our tribe. And your father is not doing what is best for the tribe anymore. And Trail kind of walks off. All the people start to get up from the table, and start to kind of like form a circle, like a crowd. And Trail.
I'm sorry. Vale would just be looking to Rain, I think, as to what to do. Like if she's following the custom, it seems like, or
She's distressed visibly, but she also has a look of like helplessness, like she can't really do anything about this right now.
okay.
And
Because he's like looking at her like, do you want me to do something? But he's not saying anything. And wouldn't, yeah.
You just kind of get the feel of like there's nothing they can do about this.
Okay.
And that's just from from the look, like she's a go-getter. If she wants to do something, she's gonna do it. You know, she's that type of person. So just from your short experience with her, just the fact that she's not actively trying to stop this, aside from her one comment, that's definitely the vibe that you would get. It hasn't been spoken, but
Okay.
so Scratch also gets up from this table, and he's kind of wearing these regular exploring clothes, and he just starts to, you know, just take it off and throw it to the side. And he's a big dude, and he's just there wearing shorts now, and he's just ready. You know, he's doesn't have any sort of weapon in his hands, but you see him just kind of and just the claws come out from his hands, and he's got this energy to him. You know, Trail is much more refined, where he walks off and goes into the middle of this circle that is now being formed, and he slowly just starts to take off the outer clothes, and he folds them up and puts them down. As he's like you, he's just kind of going through this process in his head, that just you as a fellow warrior would see. Like, he's just preparing himself right now, and he still has that fire in his eyes that it hasn't left since Scratch made that initial comment. Like, if you went to say something to him right now, he's not listening. He's in that moment, and he's ready to defend himself and to defend you all if he needs to. So as all of this is happening, Rain just kind of look over at Scratch, just say, "If he does not kill you, I will kill you. Know this." And she spits on the ground, and then she's rapidly fidgeting with that ball of yarn. The two of them will walk in this circle, claws out, tails wagging. And they'll roll initiative. Okay. They both rolled a 2.
Ooh, who's gonna go first?
Do that again. Alright. So, Scratch kind of, he's just like, he's moving a lot, and he's trying to circle Trail, and Trail is just standing his ground. His eyes, he's making eye contact with Scratch right now. He's not taking any sort of defensive stance or anything. He's just staring him down. And Scratch will run up and just immediately go to tackle Trail, and he will hit him for, actually, wait a second. Is that right? Yes. He just lunges forward like he's gonna tackle him, and will Trail just kind of takes a dodge out of the way as Scratch just kind of gets him right in the side and just gets just kind of digs his claws into him. Doesn't really get the move that he wanted to get on him, but he does do some damage. And Trail, recovering from this, is now going to hit him with a claw attack and do the same thing that Scratch had just done to him, but without any sort of like young energy. You see every move that he makes is just enough that he needs to do. He's very cold, calculating. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he's not giving off any more energy than what he needs to. Okay, and he just kind of slashes him right across the chest, and it's kind of happening all in one as Scratch jumps and goes to attack him. Trail moves over and also slashes him, and they're just kind of going at it. Okay. Scratch goes to recover from this, and he does his circling motion that he's doing again, and he just goes to grab him, and Trail grabs Scratch's arm as Scratch lunges for him, and he just kind of flips him over and pushes him away. Okay. And Scratch just gets thrown to the ground, and Trail doesn't run towards him. He's still just standing his ground. As Scratch goes to get up, he's got blood dripping from his chest, and he'll just kind of stretch himself and get down in a position ready to pounce. And he's gonna jump up, and he's just gonna, wow, everyone's hitting. He's just gonna slash Trail right across the leg, and it seems like Trail probably should have tried to move out of the way from that one, but he is still just standing his ground as if he feels like that's what he needs to do. After he takes this attack to his leg, he kind of drops to a knee for a second. He looks up at Scratch. As Scratch is now closing the distance and standing right over him. And nope. There we go. And he will hit him with a slash attack. Oh. As he kind of just drives straight up from the ground. Like, you saw him go down and you thought maybe he took an arrow to the knee and he's not an adventurer anymore. Trail jumps up with all his might, with all his weight behind it, like as if him standing in that one space and waiting was him waiting for this one moment as he slashes Scratch's face. And Scratch now has 4 claw marks right over his eye, and there's blood dripping down his face. And he has now taken a lot of damage. As all of this is happening, Scratch is just running his mouth. He's just saying, you need to be leading these people. We should never have let an outsider like this come between all of us. You should never have brought him to this table. This was not the right thing to do. This was not what you should have done. I will not let anything happen like this again. Trail will just say back to him, this is our way. This is what our people do. You do not make decisions for the tribe. I make decisions for the tribe. And the tribe makes decisions for the tribe. You are not in control here. I did not want to put you in your place, but if I have to, I have to. I will defend myself. I will defend my people. Scratch takes an attack. And he misses now. He's got blood in his eyes. It's hard for him to see. Trail is going to take this opportunity to just slash Scratch's back. As Scratch tried to go through and hit him, and he just moved out of the way and got him right in the back as soon as he moved out. Okay. Scratch just goes, ugh! And he kind of wobbles for a second. Trail then takes this opportunity to grab Scratch, push him down to his knee, and look all of his people. He's looking at all of them, making eye contact with as many as he can. He says, "We do not have to like outsiders. We do not have to like elves. But we respect our ways. And this will not happen again." Wow. Because he gets a natural 20. And just strikes Scratch's throat and pushes him down. Scratch now lays in the middle of this, dead, or dying, bleeding out. Trail will look down at him and look him in the eyes as Scratch is just laying there, bleeding out, and he'll just tell him, "It did not have to be this way. You made it so. I did not want to kill you right now. It should not have been this way." And he'll get up, grab his clothes together, and just kind of pat them, unfold them, and starts putting them back on. And there's just a silence that washes over everyone. And it is very uncomfortable.
Yeah. What does Rain look like?
Rain, she looks angry. She looks disappointed. She's fidgeting, like nonstop, super fast in her hand, and she's just looking like it shouldn't have happened. What had happened? She walks over to her father. You see she's checking on him. He doesn't look like he really wants to be bothered at the moment.
What about like a read of the room? I know you said it's uncomfortable, but does it seem to have sated the anger?
Yeah, it's kind of like there's like a sadness on some of their faces, but also a respect of like and an understanding.
Yeah. Okay.
And you overhear people next to you being like, "I told him not to do this. He should not have called him out like this. It did not have to be this way." And you see some of them will start to take the body and bring it to a different place as they prepare it to do whatever they do with their dead. Trail will, as he's gotten himself together, he'll say, "The purpose of this night is to respect our dead, to honor our fallen tribes members, to honor my daughter. It seems we have another one to honor. You know our way, even though he should not have done what he did. He was a great warrior, and it is a great loss to us. Everyone, sit back down. Enjoy the plum milk. We must continue on. This is our tradition. And he goes and sits, and he continues doing what he was doing. He takes a sip of the drink, just kind of leans back, takes a deep breath out, and people slowly start to trickle back in and sit, and there's an uncomfortable silence among the room. Rain will motion for you guys to get back to your seats.
Vale will.
Does anyone have any questions for her? Or you guys are just gonna go back and
Does she seem approachable?
read the room. Yeah, she's not like in a rage. She's just in like a disappointment of like a
Yeah.
like, you know, he shouldn't have done anything so stupid.
Okay. Vale would just look at Echo and Melly, I think, at this point, because that was pretty intense. Are you...
So,
Hey.
we can't tell Mac about this, right? I don't think I remember anyone being more right about something in God's knows how long.
It's... Yes, he was right, but...
I apologize for the levity. This is one of the weirdest situations I've ever been directly involved in.
Me too. I'm really old.
Bold of him to challenge him like that. It's a little hard to believe. He must have felt very strongly about what he said. This may be something... I'm not sure if there's anything to really say to Trail or Rain, but he wouldn't have done that if he didn't really believe that this was a problem. And I suppose this is the same thing we've been all talking about since before we even arrived here. But...
Yes.
It is a shame. So much hate. Just manifesting like this. It always leads to death.
It's true.
Rain will just kind of pop in and say, I could not agree more.
Apologies, Miss Rain. We, of course, did not intend any offense.
There is none offense. It is okay to be slow to trust, but you should not be blinded by rage or blinded by anything, ever. This was Scratch's problem.
Are you
Shut down,
alright?
sit down. Oh, I am glad that my father came out on top. He is He's not as young as he used to be, and well, that could have gone very differently, and it would not have been good for the tribe had it gone differently. She'll say,
I agree.
"This is not your fault."
Are you sure?
Yes. We accept. We are free to make the decisions we make. Scratch was free to make his decision to call out my father, and he knew that the only way out of a challenge like the one he made is death. We were free to bring you here, and we knew that people might be upset about it. That is just the way things are.
Rain, is your father okay? That was a terrible fight. Is anyone tending to his wounds?
He will be okay. Thank you for your concern.
I think it might be a good time for us to retire. Unless it's disrespectful, I don't want us to ruffle any more unruly feelings being here.
It would be best if you waited a little longer, if this is okay with you all.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she'll kind of motion for you to sit back down, and she'll also sit back down. And everyone kind of just eats their fill when everything's finished. You know, people are, once there's been a moment for people to be like, okay, what happened happened, it's over, whatever, people are actually talking about the plum milk, and they're like, oh my god, like, this is incredible.
Absolutely.
They're very excited about that. And it gets to a point in the night where they everything, it seems to be winding down, and there's been a large fire next to where you all have been eating, and Trail will get up and say, "Thank you all for coming and paying respects. You are all my dearest friends here. We need to be here for each other. We cannot let disagreements tear us apart. When there are very real threats out here." And he'll get up. He'll grab a palm full of sand and throw it over a part of the fire and say, "I was a friend of Peak. When all of the world felt dark and all I could see was darkness, she was a light." And I'll kind of walk up and stand beside the fire. And Rain will stand up, grab a handful of sand, throw it over the fire. She'll say, "I was a friend of Peak. When I could not find a reason to smile, she gave me one. She'll stand beside her father. And you'll see this trend kind of continue as people will get up and throw sand in the fire and say they were friend of Peak and basically just something nice about her. This kind of continues with everyone at the table until there are 3 people left at the table. You 3. Let me know if you want to do anything or if you want me to continue.
Oh boy.
Are they like, do they seem like they're expecting us to pay like their particular type of respect?
It seems like that's what everyone else has done. And there is like a waiting. It's not like there's been no like pushing from them or anything like that. But just slowly everyone at this table has been standing up, throwing sand on the fire. There's just a little, the fires, they're basically like smothering this flame with the sand as they say this, and there's still a little bit of the flame left.
Is Rain like anywhere near us, or has she kind of walked off?
She has kind of walked off because they're all kind of standing around this fire now and no longer standing at the table, sitting at the table, as they have all kind of got up and done their thing and stood around the fire.
All right, I think I'll lean to Vale and Melly and just, do you mind if I speak for us?
By all means.
Go for it.
So Echo reached down and grab a little fistful, a very small, tiny fistful of sand, because he has tiny fists. And he'll say, we wish we could have been friends of Peak, because if one life can bring so much light and joy to this many people, she must have really been something. And toss the sand onto the flame.
Did you guys all stand with him when he does this, or you all there? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely try to symbolize he is talking for us.
Okay. So Rain will kind of exchange like a look with you guys and like a nod of thanks. And now that everyone is kind of standing around the fire, Trail is gonna walk up to the now almost, the fire that's now almost out, and he's just going to say, Peak, your light may be out, but the kindness you have shown us, what we've learned from you, will shine on in us forever. And we hope that you will be watching down on us. And he'll put out the fire completely. And after some moments of quiet, Rain will kind of grab you guys and be like, okay, we can go back to the room now.
Yeah, Vel would just follow. I think that's doesn't feel like he would take any kind of a lead role in this setting.
Yeah, Melly will follow also.
Yeah, she'll just kind of lead you back. And Michael, what's Mac been doing?
I've literally just been pacing back and forth anxiously with the door being locked. Like I haven't tried to unlock it just because I feel like that would possibly cause too many issues, but being locked in the room is driving me crazy. And so I'm just kind of like walking back and forth to like work off the energy a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear a bit of like you hear footsteps. There's people walking around now, and you guys on the outside of the room now. You're there by the door, and Rain is gonna get this kind of look in her eyes, and she's gonna look at the lock, look up, look around, take the key out, just slowly put it in, and just then it'll unlock, and she'll be like, and take the key out, put it back in her pocket, then open the door. She'll say, "Thank you all for coming, and thank you for paying respects to my sister."
If there's anything we can do, please let us know.
We were going to go out tomorrow. Scratch was supposed to lead the party to find some information.
About the goblins?
Yes. You spoke to my father.
I did.
If you are up to it, perhaps the four of us, the five of us, if Mac will join us, can go out and find some information. You are under no obligation to do this. I have fought beside you before, and you are very capable warriors. And you are respectful to our customs and our ways. And I appreciate this.
Yes, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm sure we will discuss going out on this scouting mission and go from there. You know, we wish no one any harm, so.
Okay. I will come get you in the morning, and we can talk about such things then.
All right. Have a good evening, Rain.
Have a good evening. Do you all have everything you need?
I think so, yes. Yes.
Mac? Everything okay?
Yes, I'm good. How did the dinner go?
It was fine. And she'll turn around and say, "I'll leave you to it," and close the door.
So, Mac, I take it you... How was your evening?
I mean, it was quite terrible, to be honest. I hate being in a locked room, and it was driving me crazy.
Yes.
But the door's not locked now, so feeling a little bit better. Did anything end up happening?
Vale just kind of looks over at Echo and Melly. You could say that. So Scratch, apparently, well, he challenged Trail, the leadership of the tribe, because of the way he was handling us. Well, me. And they fought, and Scratch is now dead. It was quite intense. Everybody was respecting the tradition of it quite a bit.
Did it seem like his death kind of simmered the crowd down?
I would certainly say so.
Okay.
I'm sure whatever negative feelings towards me are still there, but it seemed as if Scratch was the catalyst. Pun fully intended.
Well, hopefully it ends there and that he doesn't become a martyr for this. I mean, these kinds of situations can be highly unpredictable.
I'm sure you're right. What did you make of everything, Echo and Melly?
I will have to agree. It appears that for the time being, no one else is willing to speak, and after seeing what we saw, I wouldn't either. But that does bring us to the next bit of discussion, I suppose, and unless, Melly, did you notice anything else?
I didn't notice anything. No one really seemed to be further agitated from what I can remember. I guess none of us were expecting that to happen. I'm just a little shaken up still. To see a tribe member lose their life to their leader. I don't know. I'm just a little shaken up.
It was very intense. But before all that happened, I did ask Trail about the goblin activity. He said that was more increased in the area, and at the time he seemed not really all that interested in sharing that information. Apparently Scratch was supposed to lead a scouting mission or party tomorrow to go learn more about what's going on. If you remember, it seems like the goblins and those giant spiders, they were kind of organized and together, Trail told us. And because Scratch was going to lead the mission, Rain actually invited us to go with her, excuse me, tomorrow morning, and you know me, I almost can never turn away a mystery, and I'd love to know what's going on there. But I don't want to put anyone else in any position they're uncomfortable with here. He just looks at all three of you. I wonder if it's linked somehow to Malaismere.
This is difficult. We did come here for a reason, and I do have respect for these people. I really do, and I want to help them as much as we can. But I believe we have a difficult decision to make. Because it seems that they may need immediate help here. But if what we're going to do in Malesmere may help this in some way, make the creatures here less aggressive, or whatever it is that's poisoning their minds, if there's anything that we can do to stop that at the root, how many branches, can we cut off of the weeds? How many times can we cut them back before they just keep coming back stronger and stronger? So do we just help them this once? Do we just tell them that unfortunately we're not able to? I don't know. What do you all think?
Well, I know that Rain said that it wasn't our fault what happened, but I can't help but still feel like a catalyst for it. I would like to offer our help if everyone would be comfortable, seeing as they're down a scouting leader, but I also don't want to overstep any of our bounds. Phil, you said that Trail was not interested in having us help, right?
He didn't necessarily say it that way, he just said that it was their business. I mean, the way I see it is, if this is a territory that the goblins are harassing, I would like to know more about that, because goblins are dangerous. And I don't know. I think you bring up a very good point, Echo. I think there is certainly some form of weird, twisted evil going on here, and the goblins could certainly be related to it. Perhaps we would learn more about it with this scouting mission. I don't know. Maybe we'll learn more about it when we get to Malesmere, or I don't know. Sort of just thinking aloud at this point.
What do you think, Mac?
I would prefer not to get involved in their affairs. I mean,
Yeah.
from the beginning, they've kind of made it clear that they don't want us to be. And I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm not willing to help people, because obviously we've already done a decent amount of help in my mind, at least with clearing the spiders out, and then obviously getting rid of that goblin raiding party like we did. But I think this is kind of sidetracking us personally from our goal. But at the same time, if this is something that you guys feel strongly about, I'm here for it.
Well, it's difficult. Like you said, at no point have they wanted us involved. This is the first time that one of them have come to us and asked for help.
I was pretty much going to say the same thing.
I feel like we have disrupted things enough that even us doing more, even if it's positive, may not sit well with a lot of the people that we have that's feeling disrupted by this already. And that could end up splintering this tribe even farther than what's already happened.
Right.
And from what you're saying, it was Rain that asked it and not, I can't think of what, Trail.
That is
So
correct.
it may not even be something that is tribe approved. And again, I'm not opposed to doing it, but I just... things get messy.
I sort of see it this way. I feel as if it could be related. If the goblins and the spiders... How did he put it? He said they seem to be having better timing than they used to. Normally by themselves they're not a problem. Something to that effect.
Well, then
What if we could learn about the evil that's here by going on this mission? This actually may just be mutually beneficial. Or maybe it's just cutting weeds and never getting at the root. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it definitely seems like that things are related to whatever is going on in Maddogmsd, and it may be more beneficial if we got to that, because even if we do find and stop goblins right this second, there's nothing to say that more spiders or some other creatures that haven't been found or seen yet that have been mobilized by whatever this evil force behind it that's driving it.
Do you think there would be any value in going back to the fight at the stream? Maybe there'd be some kind of clues with the goblins that we dealt with there?
I honestly don't know. I mean, Melly, do you have magic of this sort that you would be able to discern if there's any weave or corruption or anything going on?
Unfortunately, I do not have magic of that type. I don't even know if there would be much to look through. It's possible that their bodies were eaten by wild animals, scavenged by their other party members. I just worry that if we don't help the Tabaxi now, it'll take too long to try to find a resolution for what's happening in Maddogmsd to actually make a difference for them. And well, I have a lot of mixed feelings for the whole tribe. I definitely don't want anything to happen to Rain or her father or Chase. I'm sorry, not Chase.
Yeah. Yep, you got it. Chaser.
Yeah, Chase. Oh, okay. Yep, Chaser. I just don't... I also don't want to overstep.
I mean, it probably couldn't hurt to go on this scouting party tomorrow that she was talking about in the morning. I mean, I feel like getting involved with stuff like this ends up just turning badly quickly. It's one of the reasons why I was in a small town to begin with, was to get away from this kind of a thing. But if you guys think it's for the best, then I understand that too.
Maybe we could sort of phrase it as, well, we wanted to leave anyways. He just kind of really awkwardly smiles, like, this is a way to do it. And if we're not comfortable with anything, we could just leave. If it feels like we should.
Do we even know the direction they're headed in? Is it...
No, that was the question actually in which Trail seemed to say, like, don't worry about it. I wanted to pry But I think I misspoke by saying that I can't give up a good mystery. It seemed to evoke feelings about my people. I didn't think it would be wise to press.
Well, perhaps we'll just go on one little scouting mission and then be on our merry way.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
We could
I
also...
just glare at him when he says that.
I feel like there's a bet here, and we could probably bet something. Sorry.
Well, in this situation, it feels more like I'm betting my life, but I bet
What?
more.
What greater wager is there?
Oh, speaking of, Mac, here's the gold I owe you for dinner going not so well.
Yes.
And I flick you 2 gold.
Sometimes it doesn't always feel as good being right. But gold is gold.
As they say, $20 is $20.
Oh, God.
Womp womp. Do you want me to send Isla to where those goblins were? And if the coast seems clear, maybe she could literally poke around and see if there's anything of use? Actually, at that moment, I just have Vale telepathically kind of like, do you remember how to get there?
To Isla?
To Isla, yeah.
She's like,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
I mean, but do you think it might be better for her to watch our back tonight? I mean, especially if things with how it sounds like the dinner went, I still don't feel fully safe here.
Right. I don't have to send her.
I mean, I know that you can trance and meditate, and you're a little bit more aware of what's going on, but
Yes.
it might even be nicer to have even a little bit more of a heads up.
I'll keep her here.
I would appreciate that. I'd prefer not to have to stay awake all night.
No, you don't have to stay awake.
Vale, I have a question.
Yes.
So, I know that you do a meditation, trance, resting thing
Yes.
to recover. Do you ever miss sleeping?
I could sleep if I wish.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know if it was you did one and not the other.
I just
Alright.
don't have to.
Well,
Times like these, that comes in handy.
I agree.
I think we take our rest, unless...
All right.
Okay.
And I say goodnight to everybody, including Ollie. Thanks for watching.
Oh, well done.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Before everyone falls asleep, if Vale's in his trance meditation thing and Echo's fallen asleep, Melly's just gonna go, Mac, are you awake?
Yes, I am.
I just wanted to say thank you for traveling with us. It sounds like you have had some issues in the past, and I obviously don't know what those were, but I know trusting again after it's been broken can be hard, and I just appreciate you being here with us. And if you ever felt ready to tell us what had happened, I would want to hear your stories.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily have an issue with sharing with you guys. You guys have been an amazing group, and I appreciate each and every one of you, even as different as all of us are, which I actually enjoy. So, I mean, I'm not going to get into everything right now, but needless to say that when I was younger, during a mission for my family that went wrong, I got captured, and I ended up being tortured, experimented on, and all sorts of wizardry done to me. And at that moment, I kind of clutched my necklace, my pendant on my necklace for just a moment. And some things that were done are permanent and can't be taken back. And because of that, I refuse to be in a situation of being unarmed and unable to defend myself, because I'm not being taken hostage again. And there are very few things that I feel that strongly about, and that is one of them.
It makes my heart heavy to know that these are the things that you've experienced, and it sounds like it's just the tip of the iceberg, but I hope you know that I'll do anything that I can to help protect you, and obviously Echo and Vale, they've fought right alongside you. Thank you for sharing. I know sometimes talking about things like this can be almost impossible.
It's not something I like to share to most people, but I also, for the first time in a long time, feel a little bit more encouraged and optimistic that maybe it won't always be permanent. I don't know if you remember me asking you what you knew about diseases, but there is one that has been corrupted upon me that makes it unable to be removed from the normal cures of it due to the magical nature of it, which is why I have to wear this necklace. It keeps it at bay and stops it from manifesting itself in me and spreading to anyone else around me.
That is an unbelievably large burden to carry, especially on your own. But where my capabilities come from is a little bit of a mystery to myself. I know that I have special blood in me, so to speak. And if I can try to help, I will. Maybe we can unravel this as we travel. And, you know, Echo and Vale, they are both very cunning and smart. And I don't know if you want to share this with them as well, but I'm sure between the four of us we could figure out a solution.
I would, at the moment, I'd rather it stayed between us, but I do think that you are probably right that they may be able to help.
Of course. In the meantime, if you're okay with it, will think on things that I know that I've heard, and I don't know if you know this, but I have a spirit guide. I might be able to try to talk to him about it if that would be okay with you.
Yes, that would. I mean, I feel like that I can't possibly have a way of figuring this out if we're not researching and trying to get more information on it.
Well, thank you for sharing, Mac. I know that is a lot to be holding inside. Good night.
Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Everybody's going to sleep for real? Yeah.
I feel like I heard that entire conversation in my trance.
You probably did. Yeah.
Okay. He didn't react to it. But
Okay. It's like it starts happening. You're just like, oh, okay, all right.
yeah,
let's just-
kind of like, do
Not
I
here.
clear my throat? Do I? No. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, the night sort of goes off fine. Melly, you have another one of your dreams where you kind of wake up and you're sitting at that same table that you were at this last evening, but it's pretty much empty except for a man dressed in all white sitting down at the table eating dinner. He looks up to you and he says, "Hello, Melly. How's everything going today?"
Well, to be honest, I don't know if there is enough time. Well, I'm here to tell you all of it. But the most important thing, so one of my dear friends, my traveling companion, Mac, he is afflicted with some sort of disease or curse, or it's something that is festering. He said that he wears a piece of jewelry, a necklace, to keep it at bay. And I want to try to help him. I know this might not be the particular destiny that you had spoken of before, but I was wondering if you knew anything about this, if you know Mac, if you can sense the magic?
I see a lot of things that are happening here. I can find out some things about things that are going on, and old Bulge has been through some hard times. He's Mac has lived a hard life. There are some things that you'll find you might not be strong enough to fix yourself. But you carry on your path. Keep helping people whenever you can. I think what Mac really needs right now is for a friend to be there for him. So, do what you can. And as far as his affliction, well, we'll just have to keep trying. And there may come a day where he doesn't have to wear that necklace any longer.
So you really don't know anything that I could do to actually help a little bit more than just that? I'm sorry, even just like a thread that we could start to pull.
Well, there's no need for you to feel sorry. Sometimes it's difficult when you're searching for an answer, and all you get are more questions, or no direction at all. When it comes to Mac, and when it comes to you, right now, I don't think there's anything you could do to cure his disease. But continue on your path. See what you could find. There might come a day. And as far as... well, I'll tell you what. I'll see what I could do. See what I could find out for you. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
You be safe now, Melly.
I will be.
And it kind of just does what dreams do, and you wake up and open your eyes, and you're in the room. You assume it to be morning. There's not really any windows in here, so I can't really tell, but everybody's starting to wake up.
I feel like Vale would have just have been thumbing through his spell book while... because it only takes 4 hours for him too, so he just takes the extra time to read.
Okay.
So that's all.
Just
setting the scene.
Yeah. Cool.
When Melly stands up, her blood pressure does that thing where it drops, and then she sees like those big black dots, and she's like... Are we supposed to wait here for Rain to come get us?
I have no idea.
She did say that she would be here in the morning.
Does anyone know if it is morning?
Vale will actually just kind of warg into Isla's vision to see outside. Is it daytime?
It is daytime. Yeah. Where is Isla?
Probably just perched on a tree overlooking the tent entrance.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's daytime. People moving about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just says, "Yep, it's daytime. Looks like the village is starting to get underway."
you'll hear at the door.
Vale will answer it.
Yeah, it's Rain.
Oh, come on in.
Hello. I hope you've slept well last night. No, yesterday was probably a lot for you.
Different than what I'm used to. But yes. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. We will be okay. Thank you. Millie, I wanted to thank you again for the plum milk, for sharing that with everyone. We appreciate it.
Oh, it was a pleasure for everyone to. Well, it was a pleasure for me to get to share it with everyone.
Well, we appreciate your kindness that you have shown us. From the moment I found you and Echo in the woods, you are a very kind soul. I'm getting ready to go out and check on the goblins. Did you want to join me?
I think we didn't fully land on an answer.
Rain, I think before we were going to make a decision, we were wondering if you could answer some questions. We, as you know, are here for a purpose, but how long will the scouting party be out for?
Well, we want to go back to where the battle took place and see if we could find out anything about where they went, where they came from, what to happen next. I don't know how long we will be out here for. And you know the battle was an hour away, give or take.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess we probably wouldn't know the next question until we actually got there to look at tracks, but do you know which direction we might be headed in from the battlefield?
Wherever they came from.
Okay. And one last question. I just wanted to make sure that your father was on board with us going.
Yes. I spoke to him this morning before I came to see you. He told me that Vale had showed interest in this before, but he did not want to go over the details until he knew that it was something that he would be a part of. And we would not have asked you to join us if Scratch was leading the party, for obvious reasons.
Yes, that is much clearer now as to why that conversation went the way that it did.
Do I sense any deception in what she's saying?
Roll inspiration, or sorry, roll insight.
That's a 4.
You can't really get a read on her at all. You're like it's one of the every word she says, you're like, what could it mean? You know, like, is there a hidden message behind this message?
Okay.
And also, Mac, I want to give you inspiration for the previous night, for that whole conversation. Melly too, actually. Since it's 9:47, it will most likely carry over to the next session.
Well, now that we have answers to these questions, I don't.
I would like to. I'll just say it.
All right, and with that, I guess we will be joining you.
Perfect. When can you be ready?
Vale just summons his sword to his hand from the scabbard leaning against the wall, and he just says, "I'm always ready."
She'll kind of be taken aback for a second. Give you that look.
He cocks his head back like, "Come on."
It's like, yeah, it starts off as that fierce look.
Yeah.
And it kind of fades to like a, okay. Just this, very good. Yeah.
And then I twirl the ruby dagger and then just kind of like stick it in my belt and say, "Let's go."
Okay, perfect. And so you could come with me.
Yeah, Vale, now that he did that little show-off thing, he's like, "Okay, actually, let me get ready now."
While you're getting all your stuff together, she's gonna grab some supplies and bring it to you, and she's gonna give you 5 days worth of rations for the 4 of you, and some water.
Like 5 days each, you're saying?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Just gonna say, leftovers from the venison. Well, we should head out right away.
That sounds good to me.
So, are you guys gonna follow her lead on this, or you wanna kind of be like, I know the way, like, or, you know?
Oh, I think she knows where the tracks are, where the mission is, all of it.
I mean, I would say until we get back to the goblin camp, I would follow her. I feel like once we got there and we're trying to look for the tracks, then I would feel like, I know personally, I would try to look also. Like, I mean, I would expect her to look, and she may find it faster than me, but I feel like that's kind of something that the more people looking, the better.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yeah, so you start heading there. She's leading the way, and
so we've left the village now. It's just the 5 of us.
Yep, you have now left the village.
It's just the 5 of us.
So after it's maybe a good 10 minutes or 15 minutes after it's definitely just the 5 of us, Val would say, "Rain, there's actually someone you haven't met that's a friend of ours yet."
This one is with you now.
And Vale just tells Isla to caw. As Isla's just kind of flying above. He just looks up and says, "Yes, that's my friend right there."
A pet?
Sort of, and he just snaps his fingers and she disappears and then reappears like on his shoulder. She is a friend.
No tricks from you on this day.
I don't mean to make you uncomfortable.
How do you do this?
I know a little bit of magic. Not as much as Melly, but a little bit.
Always full of surprises, the four of you. That is useful.
She's quite useful. And she will help you out too.
Good. Thank you.
He just looks over at her and tells her to just go and fly up and look.
As you're all like walking through, she'll tell you, all I know right now is that someone nearby is involved. Her name is... They call her the grandmother. I don't know the name. But I've heard them say grandmother this, grandmother that. And hopefully we will find out more of what that means soon.
Grandmother. How far away do you think she is?
Grandmother? The grandmother?
Yes.
I don't know. I imagine if she's part of the goblin tribe, then she must be close to where they all came from. But who could say how far she is? I don't know. Never seen her. Only heard the whispers. She'll, as you guys continue down the way, you make it there without any problems. And first thing you notice is that the bodies are gone.
Is just from my knowledge on goblins, do I know that if they normally collect their dead?
Roll history for me.
Can I do it too?
Sure. Anyone who wants to roll history on this?
That is a 19.
I got an 8, so.
Right. Fail, you're not really sure. Your focus is more on sneaking through and not paying too much attention to the details of your enemies. Just kind of avoiding them, I think. But Mac, you would know that it kind of depends tribe to tribe. There are some tribes that would bury or burn their dead. There's some tribes that would just leave them there, and there's some tribes that would actually eat them if they needed food. So hard to say exactly what the deal is with this one, but it's not unheard of for them to collect their dead.
Some tribes do end up collecting their dead, whether it's tends to be more for food, but sometimes other situations.
Is there any kind of investigation that we could do to learn or survival?
everyone who is looking, roll survival.
Okay.
Nice.
That's not bad. 17.
Same here.
That's a 3. I walk into a tree. No.
I got a natural 1. I'm looking in the tree that Mac walked into. I'm like, is there one up there?
Those wizards came from the moon. Like, oh. So, Evbo or Echo and Vale and Rain all look, and they start to see that there seems to be like drag marks going further, like kind of northwest of if we're thinking of that river that was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of just the direction that they were in relation to the river, and they're kind of going back into those woods that they had come from.
Okay.
So, Rain is just gonna be the first one to say it. Yes, we are playing 5th edition, by the way. Rain's just gonna be the first one to say it. She's gonna say, "It looks like they dragged them back this way. We should continue on, but be very careful."
I agree.
Everyone roll. Well, how about this? Somebody, I need a d6 from 2 of you. You guys can decide who's going to roll a d6. Just let me know what you get.
Right. I'll do one.
About the
I'll
other?
do the other.
Okay.
I got a 1 on mine.
All right.
I got a 6.
There you go.
Both ends of the spectrum.
But exactly the middle.
Yep.
All right. So, as you guys kind of move along, following the path, you see about 30 feet up, there's 3 goblins taking a walk together. And they're all just talking in a language you don't understand. Just you know, just gibberish.
Goblish.
How many of us?
I don't know.
How many of us are there right here that see them?
Huh?
How far away are they?
They're about 30 feet away.
And how many of us that are like standing right here that see them?
I would say
Do we all see them?
you all kind of see them, but I would need a stealth from all of you. Right, meow.
Right, meow.
Right? Yeah.
I got a 19 for Vale.
Okay.
22.
All right.
25.
Ooh.
I love that +7.
Yeah.
18 from Melly.
Nice.
Dang. All right.
Now, what did Rain roll?
She rolled, what is it? 16.
Tell me she got a natural 1. No.
Rooted for us all.
Everybody
She got-
be sneaking.
It was an 11. She'll whisper to you guys. Do you see them? There are some goblins ahead.
I I quietly whisper to Vale and Echo. I say, Vale, I want you to shoot the one on the left. I'm going to shoot the one on the right. Echo, I want you to tackle the one in the middle.
Tackling isn't usually my thing, but
You're
I'll make it work.
faster than anyone I know.
Are you looking for me to incapacitate it, or do you want to question it?
We want to. My goal is to have the one for questioning, to kill the other two, and to question the one in the middle.
Well, I'll do my best.
And I look at Rain and I say, do you think you can maybe assist him on taking the one in the middle down?
Rain will. She'll say, I prefer to attack with the bow and strike to kill. But I like this plan. Let's just see what happens.
And now, since we're technically, I think we're outside of combat, I was hoping we could kind of all do it at the same time.
Yeah, you could all do it at the same time.
You doing this?
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I
They're
don't know.
about 30 feet away.
I can only get 3 of you, so I'm gonna go ahead and bless Echo, Vale, and Mac. You guys better hit your targets. Boom.
And they're about 30 feet away, you said?
About 30 feet away, yeah.
Okay, so I still have plenty of movement. Okay.
Well, that's gonna hit.
And everybody's rolling with advantage. By the way.
Okay.
Well, let's see if I get a natural 20.
Oh, you got a natural 20?
Well, I had a 19, but I said let's see if I get a natural 20. So, with bless, that's a 30 to hit, so I think I'm all right.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I didn't even think about bless. Hold on. Not that I need it, but okay. So that is a 23 to hit.
Okay, what are you attacking with, Michael?
I'm attacking with my bow,
Alright.
and I don't know if I get assassinate with that or not. I do get sneak attack.
You get a sneak attack and assassinate with that.
Sweet.
Because they are... Oops, sorry. Jeez. They are now surprised. So that's a crit for Michael. Jake, you could also roll your damage.
Okay. That's gonna be 10 piercing.
Yep. Yeah.
Just think of those old Modern Warfare 2 stealth missions.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I guess what I'm doing, I got a 25 to hit.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess what I'm doing is sweeping his legs out.
Sweep the
with
leg.
Johnny.
with the staff. And if 9, I'm guessing. Do I roll damage for that, or what would you call this?
What are you trying to hurt it,
I don't
or are
want-
you just trying to stop it?
I'm just trying to stop it. I'm trying to kind of knock him on his back, and then hold the staff, kind of on his neck.
Why don't you just make an attack roll for me then?
Okay, another one.
Oh, sorry. What did you roll for your attack?
It was a
roll?
25.
Yeah, you could do that. And if you're not really
Okay.
trying to hurt him, you're just trying to stop him, I'll say you could do that. That's fine.
Okay.
It's in a situation with
29 damage, by the way.
29 damage.
Oh my word.
I want you to tell us what this looks like when you guys just happen upon these 3 goblins taking a stroll in the woods.
Like, I feel like you see me and Vale just kind of like both raise up with our bows, and then as we're doing that, I'm envisioning Echo just like taking off, and you almost see this little dust coming off just how quickly he is running, and just my arrow takes my guy. I'm straight through the eye, just and I'm thinking that Vales is hitting him dead on the chest, just like
Sure.
right in the middle.
Sure.
And then obviously Echo just runs up and just kind of like, just in a fluid motion, just kind of like sweeps the leg. And then I'm assuming, like thinking he's like kind of like pops back up over him, kind of a thing, as he's hitting the ground.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, that is exactly how it happens. And Rain doesn't even attack. She just kind of she pulls her bow back and she's waiting. She was kind of gonna see what you guys did, and then if she needed to, she would have just done her thing. But it all worked out fine. So she'll kind of chuckle to herself and be like, "I'm very glad that brought you along," and you now have a goblin prisoner. He's like,
Oh, hell. Oh. What are you going to do with me?
he's speaking calmly now.
That depends on if you tell us where your camp is.
We have a couple of camps. What do you want to know that?
I look at Rain to kind of see. I don't know if she's wanting to do anything, and if not, I'll continue, but
She is gonna just kind of pace, and she's just gonna say, "By all means, proceed, my friend."
well, some of your groups have been attacking our friends over here.
It wasn't me. I've just been walking around over here. Minding my own business.
How
Dale's
many of
gonna have
their
Isla just do a making sure that there aren't other goblins in the area, like a
Sure.
search.
Sure. I'll let you know if and when she sees anything.
how many of you are there?
Well, you see, numbers aren't really my thing.
Better not be lying to me.
No lies. Jerry, the one up front, he was good with numbers. Not really my thing. Maybe 7 of us. I don't know.
What about in the other camp?
I don't know.
What are you guys doing here?
We just been walking around listening to grandmother. Just picking up berries for her.
What's she been telling you to do?
To pick up berries for her and other things. Just trying to survive in the Sevelier Wood. It's us.
Bale is going to take out a dagger and jam it into the ground like an inch from his crotch. Just,
Oh boy. All right. Oh boy.
and just glare.
Hello.
I think you know more.
What more do you want to know?
Just raises an eyebrow and leans in.
Kind of.
right. So,
Vale holds his hand out as if, like, gauging that the blade of the sword would be near the neck. And then summons it there.
oh boy, all right. It's very sharp.
Do you want to find out how sharp?
No, I don't think so.
Then tell my friend everything he wants to know.
What does he want to know? Oh boy.
Where
You're
is
doing
Gwen?
more than just gathering berries.
Sometimes herbs and spices.
Where is this grandmother?
She wouldn't want me to tell you.
She may not want you to tell me, but do you know what barbecued goblin smells like? And I take out my flask of oil and I just start pouring it on him.
Yeah, I do know what barbecue goblin smells like, and don't want that to be me. Oh boy.
Where is the grandmother?
Our grandmother lives in. It's just a nice little house next to a fallen tree. Just up the river.
So you could take us there?
Oh boy. No.
This one's useless.
Okay.
Sorry. Is that okay? Just kill me. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
You could just tie him to a tree and see what happens.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Tie him to a tree, gag him. Melly?
I don't think that's the best idea. I know that we're hoping that this little goblin will tell us what we're looking for, but I don't think tying him to a tree and gagging him and leaving him for wild animals to pick at his flesh is an appropriate response to him not knowing everything.
Perhaps his
I
friends
mean,
will find him first.
The pungent smell of oil should keep a lot of wildlife away.
I like her idea. She sounds nice.
Oh, she's definitely the nice one.
I mean, what else do you propose that we do with him? We can't turn him loose.
Yes, he's going to tell people we're on our way.
Hmm.
And I feel like bringing him with us is an unnecessary, excessive risk. Between he either giving us away or him possibly getting away. I mean, there's nothing to say that once we find this grandmother that we can't come back and, depending on how things have gone, come back a day later and release him. I mean,
Why
I
can't you
doubt
just
we'll-
tell us where the grandmother is?
Well,
Oh.
yes.
Little goblin, what's your name?
My name is Clarence.
Okay. I have a little bag of wonderful berries.
Ooh,
Do you think that you could lead us to where grandmother is if I gave you some berries? I could give you some for you and some for grandmother.
Well, you see, I don't think she would really like that very much. Not that you guys aren't scary, but she is also pretty scary when she's angry. So, I don't know.
Well, why don't you try one of the berries? Molly is going to take out her berries. She's going to hold one over his mouth because she's not letting her hand get really close to his little jagged teeth. And she'll just drop it on his face.
just hits him in the side of the face. What's that? He'll like try to reach for the berry if you guys will let him. If he can, he'll grab it and eat it. And he'll be like,
Yeah, it's a very nice berry. Thank you. Didn't feel nice on my face, but tasted nice.
Just a time out, little table talk. I don't think I have anything to make people talk outside of intimidating. So.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have persuasion.
Yeah, well.
I don't know if he's gonna go for that because he. Come on, Clarence. What is Echo doing?
Echo is very. I kind of wanted to like say something sooner, but he's after this the sort of cruelty part of this started. He's kind of zoning out. Like he's still got his staff up to the thing's neck, but he's just like he's not really there. He was like kind of doing okay until the oil came out and like dumped oil all over him. And he's having a real moment of turmoil.
Take it to another level.
Yeah, so he's not really like cognizant of everything that's going on. His body is doing what it was doing before, but he's not really there right now. He's very torn.
Clarence, is there any way you could just, take us to the outskirts of grandmother's house? And like I said, you'll get this whole thing of berries.
Well, I don't really know exactly how to get there. I know it's up.
why don't you roll persuasion?
Okay. I'm gonna use this one because the other ones have betrayed me.
This is the way.
Come on. Okay, that is not very good. A 14.
See?
Well, you've been very nice. I don't know exactly how to get there. I'm not exactly the best with directions, but I know it's up the river a bit, and that she likes to put a lot of faces, like carvings in the trees and things of the sort, so they should be around somewhere over there when you get close. Something like that, maybe.
So you're saying we go over the river and through the woods, and then we will find grandmother's house. Is this what you're trying to say to me?
Yes.
All right.
No.
I couldn't help it.
Why? How can you set him up like this? How? Why?
That really was on a silver platter. Just saying.
It really was. It was.
Who's to say it wasn't?
I was waiting for it.
Well, that's the thing. He did it on purpose.
Shame on you both.
That's what our videos are like, too.
Bump like, that's what that was.
Vale, Mac, do you all feel like that's enough information to go on for now?
I think we could find our way there.
I feel like it gives us the general area.
Okay.
That's not exact. I'm not finished with this one yet, though.
What do you mean by not finished?
I have more questions for him.
Okay,
For
well,
Clarence.
maybe, we could try... Oh! Clarence. Are you old enough to drink?
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh boy.
Insight check.
She better not be about to waste my
Yes.
plum wine on this goblin.
If someone wants to roll insight, you're welcome to.
Sure, why not? Let's see where this rabbit hole goes. 6.
He does not look old enough. But that was a 6, so I don't know.
Vale doesn't care.
Well, we can share just a little bit of the most delicious wine you will have ever tasted in your life. If you can answer some of my friends' questions.
I'm more of a whiskey goblin myself. I suppose a cup wouldn't hurt. But what questions? Because I might not have the answers.
So you mentioned trees with faces carved into them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about these faces. What can they do?
Can they do?
Yes.
They grow and around this time of year the leaves fall off.
Who put them there?
The faces.
Yes.
Grandmother put them there
Why did she put them there, Clarence?
because she likes them, I think. I don't know.
Do I believe him? That he doesn't know?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Okay. 16. Yeah.
As far as he knows, it's like, she likes me. That's a neuter mannerism. That's what that was.
I don't think he knows anything.
I would like to know more about your grandmother. Just be like,
She's my grandmother. What else is there to know?
How long have you guys been following what she says?
As long as I can remember. Things have been pretty good. Listening to her, she makes us food. She gives us sleeps.
Is grandmother a goblin like you?
I don't think so. She's a lot stronger than I am.
Like physically?
Okay, everything.
Does she know powerful magic?
Oh yes. Yeah. How else would she be able to put faces in trees?
Vale just takes the dagger out of the ground that was by his crotch. There are ways to do that.
She knows the way.
Vale just shakes his head again.
I don't think we're gonna get much more out of him.
Me neither.
She likes frogs.
Do you know any good frogs? Because that sounds totally ridiculous.
Ooh. His red.
Really?
Yes. Oh yeah. Hey, I was good all episode.
And you're quickly making up for it.
I think her name is I don't know any toads in particular, but she when she doesn't go by grandmother, sometimes they call her Rotten Teresa, Rotten Teresa Toadstool, Toad's tongue.
Does that ring a bell for any four of us?
I don't think so.
Or for Rain?
That's what I'm rolling. No, it doesn't ring a bell for Rain either.
Rotten Teresa Toad Tongue?
Toad's tongue, yeah.
Okay. Jeez. Whatever you wish to do with this one, I'm fine with it.
I think we want to drink, something like that, right?
Melly will take out the wine, put it like a little bit in the cup, because he's a goblin. I'm assuming he's not very big.
Pretty small.
And are his hands like aren't held down or anything, right? Like he could take the cup.
Yeah.
All right, so she'll hand the cup to him.
Oh. Thank you. Still more of a whiskey goblin, but it's pretty nice.
Echo?
Oh, yes.
We, I think, would like for him to just take a nap for the rest of the day. Is that something that you can do without hurting him?
Probably not without hurting him a little. But to be honest, I've had quite enough of all this. And Echo takes his staff and just clocks him on the head.
I guess, yeah, I'd like to make a melee attack with non-lethal effect.
I didn't realize I was muted. I went, oh, and he's yeah. That's I'm not gonna make you roll for that because that's. I think fair. Echo's good enough that
a blessed, attack with advantage against a goblin who is doing absolutely nothing is probably gonna land.
Yeah.
And possibly a little tipsy.
This.
So this is what we're doing now? Threatening someone who's done nothing, threatening to light them on fire when they know nothing at all. Melly, thank you for injecting some reason into this.
I wasn't actually going to light him on fire. That was just intimidation to get him to spill anything that he did know.
Sure.
These goblins have
I think
killed...
Echo's already walking away.
at this point. He doesn't want to hear any of this.
It's just good God, bad God.
You have interesting tactics, but I cannot argue with the results. So, I think we'll pick up here next week.
Strife in the party.
Yeah. My heart just broke for Echo. Big time.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
Well,
All
then.
right. Well, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff happening tonight.
I know, I'm
Thanks
gonna
everybody for hanging out.
And just remember, follow the channel. You will.
Too bad they're not there anymore.
And you know, there's always the VOD, YouTube,
That's true.
podcast.
That is true.
No problem, Skelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions for us, ask us in here or find us on Twitter. We're JnJtabletop on Twitter, itsevbo on Twitter, Maddogmsd on Twitter. And yeah, if you have any questions, shoot them our way. Every Wednesday, JnJtabletop, we release a video. Like I said, last week's video was about Wildemount, so if you are interested in learning a little bit more about this setting, or maybe thinking about buying the book and you just want a little more information on it, then check out that video. And tomorrow night, Star Wars and Scotch. Tuesday, we have Rare Drop Roleplay Reckoning Hour. Wednesday is Bizarre Adventure, another Rare Drop Roleplay thing. Thursday sometimes. They don't do it every week, but it's Ask Pro Man podcast. Friday, Studio Blank with the anime things. That's a lot of fun. So, guys, we hope to see you soon, and we'll see you next time, next week, next Sunday, for Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. Have a great night.